Howdy, Ken. Welcome back to the Affiliate Files.
Happy New
2020,
Year.
Happy New Year, 2023, episode 59. I got a very important question for you to kick off the new year. What does a real affiliate marketer do?
I don't know. What is there? I don't. Are you talking? Are you asking me what a real? Am I considered a real affiliate marketer?
I
I
don't
guess
know. Do
so.
you do you do this? Do you do the thing that we're going to be talking about in today's episode?
Absolutely, I do. I do. I consume and I create.
I consume less than no, I create more and I consume less.
Yes, yes, yes.
So,
Absolutely, I do both.
yeah. Real affiliate marketers create. They
Yeah,
create content that solves a problem. No matter if it's paid traffic or free traffic, they're putting a message, they're crafting a message to put it out to the world so people can see it, click on their link, buy the thing that solves their problem, and earn a commission.
that's it. That's the secret. That's the episode, guys. I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's all about creation because especially for what we do, we use free, aka organic traffic, and we create the content to reach people. And the professor brought up something very interesting in backstage, and he had mentioned that you can have all these ideas. If you got this urge to share an idea with people, you got to create the content. Otherwise your message will never reach the intended person. There is somebody out there, trust me, there's somebody out there that needs to hear your message. And it could be the same message that everyone else says, but you may tell it in a way that resonates with that particular person. And so if you don't create it, no one's going to know. No one's going to know it. And so that's the reason why we spend so much time, even just being here on the podcast, we're creating content to reach people. We want to reach people who are interested in learning the truth about making money online. And so that's the reason why we started up the podcast. But yeah, I mean, that's very important. You got to create,
Now, the concept of creating more and consuming less, and we talked about this backstage as well, was it's not black and white, right? It's not like a light. It's not like a light switch where you turn it on and off, and you either have light or it's dark. There's some nuance in there, and there's some things that you learn, and you adjust along the way. But one of the first things in that concept of not being black and white is when you decide to become an affiliate marketer as an entrepreneur, when you decide to use affiliate marketing to generate an income, to make money, specifically online, the truth is that you have to establish the mindset of you are building a business, and building anything to include a business, or probably more so when building a business, takes time and effort. And you may not immediately see a reward for the effort that you're putting in right now.
Yeah.
Now, to drive this home, Robert Louis Stevenson, he wrote Treasure Island, and I think also Jekyll and Hyde.
Hmm.
Do not judge your day by the rewards you receive, but by the efforts you put into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So what does that mean? Right. It's like you have to establish a mindset. And the truth about making money online is, and specifically, especially using affiliate marketing and going down the free traffic route, is what that quote, don't judge today by the rewards you receive, but by the effort you put into it. Right. You're going to reap what you sow.
Yep.
Right. So plant an acorn today, right? 20 years from now, you have a enormous oak tree, right?
Yep.
Like put apple seeds in the ground, you're going to have apple trees and you're going to reap the reward of the fruit of that tree, right?
Yep.
I mean, this concept, and this really drives into, and we talk about this backstage and we talk about it in every episode, is the trials and tribulations and the effort that we put forth searching for a secret that didn't exist when me and Ken both started.
Yeah. And the just the part that we always kick ourselves now that we've got the experience and perspective. And that's why we have this channel, and why we have our other channels, is we want to share our experiences so that you don't go through the same things that we went through. You wanna go fast. The key to going fast is going slow, slowing down and focusing, and really just, yeah, I mean, it's perfect, right? I mean, it's really focusing on a strategy and realizing that we've tried all, we've searched, we've scoured the internet, the darkest, deepest, darkest corners of the internet, looking for fast and easy and quick, all the stuff that you guys are looking for. Most of you beginners out there are looking for that. There's a very small percentage of people who are like, you know what, I'm going to be rational about this. I'm going to take this step and this step and this step to get to that point. But yeah, we create that because we create the content because we want to help you guys, and that's what we do, and that's why it's so important to create more, to create content that you believe in. And you may not always be right, because not everyone's right. No one's right on anything. Everyone has their own opinions, but you got to create that content. You need to put that content out there, take the action, and the more you do it, the more compounding effect that you build. And like the professor said, you're going to plant that acorn, you're going to get that mighty oak tree. Hopefully it don't take you 20 years to get there, but you know what I mean? This is the journey that we're all on. And if you want to do it quicker, you got to take action by producing content, but also you need to slow down. You need to slow down, forget about fast, slow down and focus and take the steps that you need to take. Take your lumps like we did. Trust me, we got to bring up the analogy of the baby, right? We got to take, you got to take your lumps. You got to just fall down, crawl, stand up, fall down, crawl until you can start actually walking. And then from there, you start running.
Yeah, nobody hits the ground running.
Yeah, nobody does.
And even if you do hit the ground running, you're going to be like, well, that was too easy, right? There's got to be a better way.
Yeah.
Because now you're convinced that you're not running fast enough, or right, you're behind the curve for whatever reason. So it's not about faster, it's about focus. I've been saying that on 30-minute marketing since I created it and came up with that in 2017. Here we are in 2023, and I'm still creating content. Now, going back to the idea and the concept for me about creating more and consuming less, if I would have consumed less and created more at the beginning of my journey, I would be further ahead because, and I made a video about this, and the title of the video is this video cost me $30,000 and right some odd change because of the crap that I was consuming, and I was cluttering my head instead of allowing myself to focus, or like what it says behind Ken, finish what you started. I would start a strategy and I would give up on it because it wasn't fast enough for me.
Yeah.
And it was hard work. It was
Yeah.
work to create the content that strategy required for me to create. It required me to create. It required me to create a message. That's
Yeah.
what marketing is, folks. That's what affiliate marketing is. It's creating a message, crafting a message, and putting it out to the world.
Yeah. And you know, the whole thing, the whole idea of having to go through this, I'm going to use the air quotes, the process. First air quotes of 2023. Yay! We need sound effects like crowd cheering, but it, it's this process that we all go through. Some of us go through it much quicker and come out realizing, we get that realization that, wait a minute, this stuff doesn't make sense, it doesn't work, why am I doing this? So some of us realize that faster than others. But it's unfortunate that we all have to go through this rite of passage to get to that point where we clutter our minds, where we consume more than we create. And the reason why we consume more is because the things that we're being fed lead us to believe that there's something else out there that we haven't discovered yet. And so we're trying to crack the code, as you steal that phrase from people that use that, finally crack the code. You know, that's, I think, to me, the reason why, again, this affiliate files exists is because we want to help you guys get to that realization. We want to help you crack the code to realize that, you know what, there is no such thing as getting there fast. It's about focusing on the thing that you need to focus on and just doing it. And that's it. But if you want to, go through the process you want to go through the struggle, and you want to learn on your own, that's totally fine. Everyone learns differently, but take it from us. Again, two rational people that fell into this whole world, and we went and we looked for everything as much as we could, and we spent so much time consuming this junk, that if we had spent more time focusing and creating the content that we needed, yeah, we would be much further ahead than we are now, so to speak. But on the flip side, the professor brought up something very interesting when we talked about this in backstage. And that is, when you get to the level that we're at, and we're not saying that we're like, miles above everyone else. We're building our business every single day. We're compounding every single day. That you do still consume more, but the consumption of the of what you're taking in is much more helpful, much more focused, much more filtered, and geared to helping you push forward more each and every day.
Yeah. So don't take what we say in this episode, because again, like I said, it's not a light switch. It's not on or
Yeah.
off. There's some nuance there. So create more and consume less. The percentages, right, change as you progress. So in the beginning, you have to consume more than you create because you need to learn how to create. Then you start creating, you consume less. Then as you get more proficient in creating, you start consuming more, and possibly even more than you were consuming at the beginning. But in in relation to that consumption, your creation goes up. You know what I mean? It's all relative, or whatever the word would be, right?
Yep.
Of consuming less to create more, and then consuming more to create more, and then more becomes more of everything, and that starts compounding, right? So it's like create, like Gary and Ken said, create more and consume less. Well, a lot of people might look at that and say, well, that means that eventually I'll stop consuming. No,
Yeah. No.
no, you won't stop consuming, because you as an entrepreneur will always consume, but you'll learn to create more because you'll become more efficient at consuming and pulling out the nuggets that you need to utilize to create better, stronger content faster, quicker, more focused content, more helpful content. And you just become better at it, more well rounded, and understand there's other avenues that you need to create different types of content to get more of your message out to more of the people. And then, of course, when those people find that message, it comes into you as the reward that you're going to reap for all the content that you sowed in the form of commissions, specifically as an affiliate.
Yeah, I think to me it's a hard concept if you're a beginner to understand. It's only when you go through it that you realize that, yeah, that it's a constant, I shouldn't say game, it's a constant improvement. You're constantly trying to improve yourself. And we always talk about 1%, 1%, 1%, because it's such a small, minuscule amount. But that 1% compounded over, days, weeks, months, years, it all adds up. And I don't think that the professor and I will ever get to the point where we're just satisfied that, hey, we've made it. I can guarantee you that the top affiliate marketers out there, the top marketers out there, they're always looking for ways to improve and hone their message, hone their craft, and just get as really as efficient as possible. I mean, that's the reason why masterminds exist, right? Is because you reach a certain level and you're like, you know what, everything that I've learned already, there's got to be something else that I can utilize, or a different way, a different strategy that maybe someone else has tried that can help me to, improve by, 15, 20% in revenue, let's say in revenue next year. And so by being part of these masterminds, that's when you start consuming, but you're not consuming content, you're consuming really ideas and, data that other people can provide you of what's working and what's not working. And that's how you can kind of really focus and laser focus your message and your strategy to improve your business.
Yeah, and in the beginning, and most of the people that we talk to, because our type of content and where we're at in our journey, these people that are behind us are really in those first stages, just getting started. You fall into the trap of consuming and consuming, becoming or feeling like you're accomplishing something,
Yeah.
because your task early on is to consume, it's to
Yeah.
learn, and learning is consuming. But then you have to take action and actually create from what you consumed. But then you have this, lazy human gene that kicks in, and you get comfortable in consuming.
Yeah.
And then you become part of the crowd, and you're like, "Oh, look what I learned today," right?
Yep.
And you create a little you start creating a little bit because you're letting people know about the stuff that you learned, and people start cheering you on. And then you fall into the trap of, wow, if I go learn some more cool tips and tricks and hacks, and I just share that, then people are going to cheer me on, and they will. But
Yeah.
what you need to learn is it's not the consumption that got you the cheers, it was the creation.
Hmm.
So do more creation, you get more cheers, right? And then you'll start feeling that, euphoria from the creation, and that balance will shift. And then
Hmm.
you'll realize that, look, creating is what draws people into me. It's the
Yep.
message that brings people to me. And effectively, at the end of the day, the truth about making money online is you create content to draw people in, to get them to click your link to earn that big fat commission.
Yeah. And that euphoria also too, once you get to a level, you're going to say, I want to get to the next level, and I want to get to the next level. I want to get to the next level. And that means, you're going to have to consume. You're going to have to consume, but what you're going to be consuming in order to get to the next level is more advanced level, higher level things that you've already been doing that you never knew about. And that's what I had mentioned earlier about, you're as you grow in experience, you're gonna your filters are gonna be a lot better. You're gonna see a lot more clear. You're gonna see the clutter being just all the junk thrown in front of you, but you're gonna look at that pile and you're gonna be like, right there, that's what I need. And you're gonna pull that needle out and you're gonna be like, this is what I was looking for. Because right now, when you're a beginner, you are swimming in a sea of, dare I say it, crap. When it comes to, everyone's got their own message anyway, and you just need to figure out what resonates with you, but still keeping in mind the basic fundamentals of affiliate marketing, right? Everyone's going to teach you how to build a squeeze page. Everyone's got their angle to it, but which message resonates with you to build a page that is going to be effective? That's all you need to know. Who teaches the message the best? That's the person that you're going to follow, and that's where you're going to learn. But again, it's about producing the content and utilizing what you've learned, putting it into action, putting it into play. That's when you start growing your business and start making money. But yeah, it's kind of like this hand in hand thing. They're both, they both play off of each other. But yeah, definitely, if you want the accolades, you want the money, you gotta produce that content. You gotta do it.
Yeah. And as you start off, a lot of people call it a niche. I like to say pick a topic. When you decide that you're going to pick a topic and you're going to start creating content, obviously you had to consume a lot of that content. And the thing is you may have consumed a lot of it, and you can start talking about it. But as you learn more about it, you're going to have to sort of keep your ear to the ground for the new stuff. But you're going to have to be able to pick and choose, right? So it's like this thing, and there's an analogy. I think it was Alex Hormozy talked about. He has this analogy of the woman in the red dress and being able to not be distracted. And at the end of the day, that's what this is. Create more and consume less is about not being distracted by shiny objects. So, in the realm of everything that's out there, when you pick your topic and you start creating more and consuming less, you become hyper focused on the exact message, the exact thing that you're an expert in. And then you can grow a little bit as you create more, start consuming more, right? But consuming less just general knowledge and more specific knowledge is, I think, is really where you sort of turn the corner. right? So, when the idea of creating more and consuming less is consuming less of general knowledge about a topic, and then to put it sort of in another analogy, right? An analogy and an analogy and analogy. It's enigma. It becomes an enigma. Is a right. Go deep instead of wide.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. It's interesting because, we never even talked about this in backstage, but just how we're talking about it, and, the ideas and the concepts just come to us. But that to me is the perfect example, analogy of what we're talking about. Just becoming focused on the singular topic that you are interested in, instead of worrying about all the other stuff, the general knowledge that you've already consumed. You've consumed it. So you know what it is. And if you don't know what it is, then you need to go back and review it, so that you know what it is, and so that you know that you can apply it to what you're doing now. Because we all start wide. We all do. And then we start figuring out what it is that we want to do. And the more we figure it out, and the more content we produce, the more realization that you come to, that, oh yeah, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to talk about. This is what the message that I want to get out to the audience. But now that I've consumed less, what it's going to be more focused, in a sense, rather than so broad. So yeah, perfect. I really like that.
Yeah, there's so many ways to take this. Just the idea to create more and consume less. And when I say consume less, I definitely am not telling you to not listen to every episode of the Affiliate Files. But in all seriousness, you even when you pick an expert, you pick your expert, right? And you latch onto that expert. Eventually, you will catch them,
Yep.
right? And you'll be side by side, and you'll be looking at them, going, "Well,
What's next?
right, dude, you keep saying the same thing.
Yeah.
I really don't need to consume your content anymore.
Yep.
I need to switch over to this specific person that is going deeper on that content, you
Yep.
know? And again, at the beginning stages, you have to determine what less is. So, like we define the terms, we define where we're at. Here on the Affiliate Files and the Truth About Making Money Online is you have to define, you have to set a definition to where you're at, who you are, what you're doing. So the definition for you of create more and consume less is going to be different than Ken. It's going to be different than me. It's going to be different to all the worldwide listeners of the Affiliate Files. They're going to hear this message and it's going to click with them, and they're going to be like, that's it, right? I'm consuming too much. I'm
Yeah.
taking in too much. I need to turn it down a little bit, crank up the creation, you know? And I mean, literally, an action you could take right now is literally don't read any more about your topic and create for the next 30 days
Yeah.
based off of everything that you've consumed up to this point.
Yeah.
Literally, just turn the valve off, flick the
Yeah.
switch, turn it off, create for 30 days based on everything you've consumed to this point on your topic, and see
Yeah.
how much more of everything you get.
Yeah. And I think by doing that, you're actually going to expand your knowledge, your experience. Because when you do it, that's when you realize that, oh, wow, yeah, I need to talk about that. I need to, but you're going to start expanding, and your content is just going to you're just going to get to a different level. And the only way that you do it is through experience. I mean, it's like anything that you do, right? I mean, if you learn how to golf, right? You learn how to swing the club. You go and you play your first round at the putt putt, right? And later on, you start going, wow, yeah, I hit the ball pretty good. I want to, I've been playing this executive course all the time. Now it's time for me to go on the real course and start, experiencing that. It just opens up things rather than going back to the driving range and just keep pounding buckets of balls. You're going to go out there and start playing, and through the experience of playing on these courses, that's when you start learning, oh, this is what I do here, this is what I do there. Oh, if I grip it this way, then it does this. If I grip it that way, it does this. Right? I mean, just the whole experience of it. That's the reason why they call it a journey, man. It's just,
Yeah.
it really is a journey.
You can consume 100 recipes on how to bake cookies, until you make that first batch, you have no idea what they're going to taste like.
Yep.
And
I'd
it's
rather
just
be consuming the cookies.
right. Or like, which is going to be better, right? You're going to read another recipe, or you're going to make them cookies and eat them. I
Yeah.
mean, it just look at it in the most simplest analogy that you can think of, right?
Yeah.
If you want to build an awesome birdhouse, you can keep reading the plans and watching YouTube videos on these people that are making these birdhouses. But until you get out and you bang your thumb with a hammer, right, and start creating those birdhouses and putting the nails in there, hang it up on a tree and have a bird fly over and go, "What is this?" Right? The bird don't even know it's a house. It's like like what's going on with my birdhouse? What? Stop consuming and start creating.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And who knows? You might build the ultimate birdhouse. You never know. You're
Build
one sore thumb away from it.
build a better mousetrap, or as Eugene Schwartz says, like to bring this back to marketing and the problem, build bigger mice. Make the problem really, really bad so people will click on your link, buy it through your link, and you can earn that big fat commission.
Yes. That's what it's all about.
And with that, that's the truth about making money online. Create more and consume less. Make that make sense for you, and understand that where you are is how much you need to consume. And then you need to just flip that as quick as possible and turn it into more, create more. And that's
Yep.
what we're going to be doing here on the Affiliate Files, creating more content like this for you in 2023 and beyond.
I love it.
And with that, he's Ken. I'm Gary. We'll talk to you later. Bye.